Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
What's up, Delora? We are back.
Yes, we are.
It is Thursday for us. Our headlines and hot topics episode as per usual. But how's your week treating you?
God is good. I'm here
all the time.
I'm thinking all the time. You remember when Candace was on freaking Breakfast Club and she's like, I don't understand. Like,
no, because I skipped that. I'm sure. So I don't.
Oh Lord. I mean, I don't blame you. But she didn't know,
That makes so much sense.
It does. It says a lot.
Yes. There's a white girl on Instagram in a mall who could answer that fast. Okay.
Can I get an amen?
Girl, I was like, okay. I know we don't really invite people to the cookout anymore, but I guess she can get somebody's invite. Moral of the story.
We're referring to Candace Owens.
They knew who you were talking about.
I know.
They knew. Let's get into it. I'm glad this week we don't have any RIPs. Let me start there.
Listen, it's too much. It's too much. You know what year? I don't know what year it was. It was like probably like 2019 or something like that. I felt like that year was like heavy on the celebrity RIPs.
And then 2020, bam. Punch you in the face.
The
pandemic.
World. Exactly. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, let's get into some of the lighter news that's happened this week, including, I cannot wait to get into my favorite distraction and conspiracy theory on these internets right now in our hot topics, but we'll get there. First up, talk about a few TV and film news headlines that I caught while I was researching our topics for today. GOT officially getting a film adaptation. Game of Thrones, guys, for anybody who's not watched, they've been in talks for years now about getting a film outside of just the TV series that we've come to know and love on HBO. And according to an article from Page 6, an acclaimed screenwriter has submitted the prequel script officially to Warner Brothers. The thing that gets me about this is, are we sure? Because
the books
with everything that's going on
done. And what movie, what part of the timeline are we going to be watching? Like, I don't understand the point, because again, even with the original IP, these stories are so, in depth. It's well written. It was fascinating. I remember before each season, I would go down this YouTube rabbit hole, watching people's like illustrations and interpretations of what Targaryens look like and the myths and lore of each family or each house and how they play together and everything like that. Like, that's how much I love that show.
Yeah.
What are we going to do in a movie? I don't know.
I can't even speculate just yet, because I don't want to invest in something that is going to die on the vine with this merger. Like, y'all cannot tell me that anything that y'all are saying is greenlit right now is really going to be greenlit in the future. We have no idea.
So I know we've talked about it, especially after the initial Netflix deal, and how I told you, like, if we're going to be fighting with billionaires, I would rather it be Netflix than the alternative.
Yeah.
The fact that the alternative won it's making me it's very discouraging.
It is, especially when you look at the consolidation of power that will come with that change, right? Like it's very, very scary.
Warner Brothers. It's a lot. It's where
crazy.
can you go? Well, you can turn to us, y'all. we will be an outlet.
Independent media
you
for the
what I'm trying to
win.
say. It's like for the win.
Forgive me, y'all. I need to switch my Wi-Fi because this is killing me with this instability. Hopefully this will be better. All right. So yeah, absolutely. In terms of the consolidation of power that we're talking about, if Paramount really does become the full victor, apparently HBO and Paramount Plus will join as one streamer. HBO Max, that is, and Paramount Plus. The repercussions for all these other divisions is yet to be seen. And that's why, like I said, I can't really invest in anything right now because we just don't know.
Yeah.
We just don't know. Time will tell. But Delora, if there is a script and if there is momentum, is there any old cast members that you hope make an appearance?
My favorite Lannister, of course. Peter Dinklage.
Is that right? Was that your favorite Lannister?
Oh, of course. Are there any other favorite Lannisters I should have?
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there who, you know, really came to love what's his face with his about face. And then he just went, you know, off the deep end, getting back with Cersei at the end. I mean, even I was Jamie. Even I was rooting for him.
And I was with his character arc. Lannister. A Lannister always pays their debts.
Yeah.
You know who I
was
would
rooting for Jamie
randomly
to be better.
You know who I would love to see randomly? This is where I fell in love with him. Mr. Pedro Pascal is Oberyn Martell. That would be fun.
But he died so viciously.
This story goes so deep. It's like we're so viciously. What's her name? Masande. Got a shout out to the Black girl on the cast.
Absolutely.
I mean, again, so many people died. So it's like, who do I wish? Speaking of Interview with the Vampire, I forgot during our heated rivalry recap to talk about chaotic bisexuals because I felt like Ilya and Lestat are like cut from the same cloth to an extent. Like Lestat obviously is, well, yes and no, because in the beginning, Ilya was this bad boy, does what he needs to do, leaves. Obviously, he has a heart and sweetheart towards the end of that series, but they reminded me of each other. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. I mean, both emotionally damaged in their own ways, but at least Ilya had a redemption arc in his version that, you know, I can't say I'll ever forgive Lestat. And, you know, Ilya wasn't physically and emotionally abusive.
No,
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
But they both were obsessed with a person of color. Yep. Couldn't leave them alone. But anyway.
Fair. I would absolutely love to see Jon Snow. Like, if y'all gonna bring anybody onto this film set,
a show. Yes.
I'm gonna need to see some Jon Snow pop up.
The one who was promised, of course.
Yeah. And then if Bran is still doing his thing as the king, whatever era we're in,
sure. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
That makes no sense to me.
It was the most ridiculous what they may have seen as a plot twist because he was supposed to be the third eye or whatever.
Yes.
Like, he's not of this world anymore. He don't care about these human things.
Exactly. Time doesn't exist where he operates.
It was pretty terrible. All right. Well, let's move on to The Bear. That's a show that I have watched and stuck with now for multiple seasons on FX Hulu. And per Jamie Lee Curtis, the 5th season is the final season. I cannot say I'm even remotely sad about this. I said even during the last season that I felt like
that. Yeah, they lost the plot.
I felt like it's been about time. So I guess people were mentioning like, oh, we didn't know this. And Jamie was like, I thought everybody knew this. If y'all didn't know, I guess, the cat's out of the bag. But for sure, I felt like it was time. I felt like last season honestly could have been the last season. But we'll see how they wrap this up, because The Bear has kind of been one that doesn't have like necessarily symmetry from season to season. So I'm just curious as to what they foresee as the ending of this story for all of our main characters that we know and love on that particular show, and what they're like. I feel like they may be one that leaves you on less clean ending, where people will just, we'll just assume they have to go on and live their lives without everything being wrapped up in a nice little bow. But we'll see.
Or if fades to black like The Sopranos.
You know what's so funny is I decided not too long ago, especially with some of the lulls we've had with new releases, that I was going to go back and watch some of the classic shows. So I did start The Sopranos, right? Even though I know how it's going to end, I did start it. So I think I was on episode 2 or 3, and I was like, okay. I see Jamie had her nose job between the first episode and the second episode. I kind of get the premise. It was giving me a little bit of, what's the one movie with Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal, where Billy Crystal's a therapist? It was giving me those vibes to start, because he's in therapy.
Analyze that. Or
analyze this. Yep. Analyze that. Yeah. It was giving me some of those vibes. So I kind of need to work my way through a bit more to better understand like the full dynamic of what the show is and why people got so wrapped up into it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give The Sopranos a real shot in my downtime.
I was talking about that with some of my coworkers, and I have one of my coworkers. He was like, "Yeah, I'm in like the 3rd season. I'm still not getting it though."
Oh,
like,
damn!
Ooh,
Damn!
Hopefully
Don't tell me that.
But that's me in The Wire. Like I have yet to watch The Wire or Breaking Bad, so they're on my list of series I would like to watch to see if I can get the hype.
I've tried to watch Breaking Bad. I've still never pushed through however many episodes it is you need to push through on. I have not tried The Wire, but for me, I've really become averse to like shows that focus on a lot of like street crime or jail and stuff like that. So that's why I had not been super excited about any of these, what people are dubbing as classics. And then also, let's be for real, it's very like masculine, male leaning content.
But if you think about it, a lot of the quote unquote greats are.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying into this shit.
Exactly. It's so funny as you say that, because that's the issue with, literature, where it's like, oh, the Greeks wrote this. Oh, like, what were women writing or doing?
Exactly.
Like,
Frankenstein, classics.
Yes.
Okay.
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Yeah. What's another one in that vein? I mean, many classics, but we also have Big Little Lies being talked about, still returning for a 3rd season. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Nobody asked for this.
I don't want it.
Nobody asked for this.
Speaking of Jon Snow, I don't want it. Like, I don't see the point.
Especially because, like, I'm a big fan of that author. And I just, once we're out of the plot of what she's written, and I know she's been a part of still even the 2nd season, and Meryl came on and all that, but it just loses its luster a bit for me, because it was a solid, full story that was told in that 1st season, and I just don't see the point. Like, because it's such a great cast, I get that people want to continue it, but it was such a solidly done full story. We didn't need anything else. Leaving it to limited is just
honestly, fine. First of all, the second season wasn't great. And the only thing that we got out of it was I refuse not to be rich. Shout out to Laura Dern. And then Meryl Streep's randomly screaming at the kitchen table. Like, that's the only thing that it gave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, great cast.
I'm good.
Great cast.
Yes.
I understand. We love these ladies, but just find another vehicle. Find another vehicle, please. Now, if they come back and they blow our socks off, well, then fuck it. But for right now, I can say we didn't ask for it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. The last show I wanted to just chat with you on briefly is Paradise, man. Paradise is back with season 2. When I tell y'all, I am so in it. I am so invested.
I have not started it, but the fact that they want to end it already, though, kind of makes me sad. I mean, unless, sometimes a good thing, it is sometimes okay for a good thing to have an end date. So it's not like drudging along forever and ever, but
they cannot possibly be ready to end this just yet. They cannot possibly.
They said the third season is, they say they're ending it after the third season.
Third season makes sense. Give me the completion of this, because I think we're at least halfway through the season now. They released episode 4 this week. So give me one more season at least. Don't do me like Tell Me Lies did and not have dropped it till the week of the finale. Because at least then I can really absorb the story in a way that I know where we're headed. So
yeah, they're saying third and final season. So
we'll see, baby.
But we will see.
But season 2, get started. I'm jealous because it's so good so far.
Okay,
Sterling, doing your big one.
My cousin.
Yep. All right, let's move on to our next headline. Tom and Zendaya apparently have already tied the knot. This is according to Law Roach. He mentioned this during an interview at the SAG Awards. Are we surprised? I mean, not really. I never expected them to really give us much of a show.
Never. I don't think it, I did not expect to see any pictures of their wedding or the dress.
Yep.
Unless Zendaya wants to grace us one day.
We'll get pictures years from now, like Beyonce and
I was going to say, but why would she do that when she has like 4 major red carpets this year? So I don't foresee that happening.
No.
I will say, for Law to be as loyal as he is, I was like, I hope they ain't fighting, because why would he be so messy the way he was like, oh, it already happened, like I imagine he had to have gotten the green light. I hope and pray that he did, because
Zendaya's mom reposted it, so I'm pretty sure there's no beef.
Yeah, but I was agape. I was like, so is this how we want to make the announcement that they're married? And then again, they have the next Spider-Man movie coming out. Watch them like not acknowledge that, like, yeah, this is my wife, or maybe Tom would. Tom he's excited. He knows who the prize is. But
I also love that they're like
my wife.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's none of y'all business, and I respect that. Like, I am of the Beyonce mentality. Keep that to yourself.
They got that from Oprah, apparently.
It's smart.
That was Oprah's advice.
It's very wise. But I would, they give us plenty, but I would love to see just a glimpse, because I'm sure
I would love to see it.
Fabulous.
But I'm also curious if she's actually pregnant or not, because that was the rumor.
Yeah, the way she been holding that pillow and wearing them big coats.
Yeah. But she did that photo shoot recently with Robert Pattinson for their upcoming film. And very avant-garde, and they're all wearing weird makeup and stuff, and her belly's out. So I mean, granted, they could have also shot that however many months ago too. So you never know.
Yep. An homage to Betty and Joan with that photo shoot inspo. But yeah, that's always my thing is celebrities can fool us with timelines. Who knows at the end of the day. But yeah, if she is pregnant, congratulations. Congratulations on your wedding.
Yes. And again, all the major projects. I mean, the drama, the Spider-Man movie, the Odyssey, Dune, Euphoria, like this, insane.
She's been booked and busy.
Epic.
Busy. Yep. All right. Well, let's move on to some blacks. The NAACP Image Award winners, baby, have happened. Sinners dominated. I'm looking at a Hollywood Reporter article with 13 wins, including Best Motion Picture. Michael B. Jordan won the top prize of Entertainer of the Year. Okay. Additionally, what else? Top. We won't talk anymore about the BAFTA incident, but
I do want to tie that in because I posted it on our stories. Wumi, who's a real one, she was like, it was her actually at the SAG Awards saying that she was so happy that she had the opportunity to do the NAACP awards after the mayhem at the BAFTAs, because she was able to essentially recharge. And we talk about this all the time when we're in like black spaces like Essence Fest and Dayton Black Women's Film Festival. There's a level of energy and recharge that you get, you know, from being around your people.
Absolutely.
That's very special. And it's hard to explain to people who don't understand that.
And we don't need to explain. Y'all just stay on over there. That's okay. But we love us. And we got to show that on this night. Quinta took home Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series for Abbott.
Love her.
Outstanding Drama, Reasonable Doubt. Actor in a drama series, Sterling K. Loved his speech about his wife and his mama.
Of course.
Actress in the drama series, Angela for 911. We already talked about Sinners and Mike B. Outstanding Action and Motion Picture. Y'all better show Cynthia Erivo some love for Wicked for Good.
Again, carried the entire films. Okay.
Girl. Outstanding breakthrough performance in a motion picture, Miles for Sinners. Those were the biggies. Love to see it. Red carpet. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I was going to say I was excited to see Best Documentary went to Being Eddie. So check out that recap.
Oh, there you go.
Recapped it. And then, of course, I'm looking at Best Podcast. And of course, who is going to go to anytime a show Obama is in a category at the NAACP Awards, I'm thinking she's taking it. You know what I mean? And she did with her brother, Craig Robinson. But they had tough competition. On the note, Sean Stockman's podcast was up there, Jamel Hill, Reliving Single, and Lena Waithe's podcast. So that was a good category.
When is Reliving Single coming back? Somebody let me know, because they have not started a second season. I'm curious if something happened. Are we one and done? Because we were still flowing through the series, but I digress. Any red carpet looks that stood out to you?
Ooh, at the NAACP. That's a great question. Let me check really quick.
Coleman in this yellow, looking fabulous.
And I say that because like I find myself mixing up both the SAG and the NAACP. But of course, Wumi, phenomenal. Like she's in Christian Siriano. I love that she's representing the thickums, the thick women in pregnancy. Like whoever's dressing her is doing a phenomenal job. our girl Chase Infinity, she hasn't missed this award season for me. And what I love about her looks is like just everything from the hair down to her toes is just she carries that look the whole way through. She's in Tamara Ralph, and then Tiana Taylor, and then Coleman Domingo.
She knows how to dress her body. Tiana knows how to dress her body so well.
So freaking well. And I love Viola Davis in this burgundy. She's looking moisturized and obviously she's fed, but I say obviously. Well, there was this phenomenal interview she did years ago, even before she was as big as she is today. And she was just talking about the plight of the Black actor. And I think it was her and Angela Bassett talking about, like, you don't understand. I work out 6 days a week because I have to stay on the ball because I never know what's going to happen or what's going to come through. The quintessential stay ready so you don't have to get ready type of deal. Mm-hmm. And it always stuck to me. And every time I see her and every time I see Miss Angela Bassett, it's like they stay ready. Period.
Indeed. You know who also looked very fit was Issa. I don't know what she's doing, who she's working out with, but she's looking good. The arms, the shoulders, everything's looking very toned and black and beautiful. I also noticed velvet was a thing with the guys. You have both Mike B and Sterling K and these velvet, lovely jackets. I love too, between the NAACP red carpet and the SAG red carpet, that people are saying that Stack went to the NAACP awards and Smoke went to the SAG awards based off of their outfits.
Reviews. He was the first person that I saw that, and it's so true. And I love that they both won.
Yes. And did you hear him say in an interview recently he feels like he's actually closer in personality to Stack? I find that so shocking because he seems more like Smoke.
Absolutely. Honestly, and he said this in an interview before too, that like after Chadwick's passing, he feels like a lot of things change. But I honestly feel like he's both, because I feel like he was a carefree pretty boy, living it up when he was younger. And then after Chadwick, I felt like he's been like really somber in some ways.
Yeah. And he's also getting older. So that, and
he's also getting older, and it seems like he's just taking everything up a notch in terms of like the seriousness of his craft with the directing and the production company and everything. Like, this man got Fourth Wing Ashley in his hands. Okay.
Yeah.
Fourth Wing, y'all. If you don't know, you've been living under a rock, but it is a book phenomenon, and his production company has the rights to it. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him and what he has in the pipeline, in addition to the success that we are actively rooting for him. And then Chloe and Halle looking amazing. I'm glad they bumped into each other on the red carpet. I'm like, y'all didn't show up together?
Sister. Kerry Washington too. Elegante.
Yes.
She looked lovely.
Yes.
She looked lovely. All right. Well, congratulations. Rooting for everybody Black always. Okay. Let's move on to SAG Awards. So the SAG Award winners, great. I'm happy for y'all, but it was Michael B. Jordan's night. Like, let's be for real. Like, I did not watch the show, but as soon as I saw on social media that my guy won, I almost shed a tear. Like, and it's not to give more credence to this award show, but we know what this means in the weight of the Hollywood game and accolades, and the fact that this was going to change the conversation around the Oscars and his odds to win Best Actor. Because to me, I have been so deeply offended by the fact that he has not been the front runner for Best Actor at the Oscars.
He played three people in a movie. What else does he have to do?
If a white person had played this character, let's be for real, they would be a shoe-in.
Seriously.
I'm just being honest.
Also interesting, not interesting, but I love that his castmates are just so they're rooting for him. Again, Wumi was like on Kelly Clarkson's show, and she's talking about, Stag got dimples and Smoke don't. Like, she's like, this man put in work. She's like, I remember being on set and his energy was just different, saying like, where's Smoke at? This ain't Smoke.
Yep. And I am sad now, especially as I look at the cast ensemble awards they're getting, that Haley's not enjoying this moment. Like, if I'm looking at Remick on stage, I better be looking at, Haley Steinfeld on stage too. So I know she's in the throes of her pregnancy. Maybe she needs to be resting and things, but I hope she makes it to the Oscars. I'll say that. But at the SAGs or at the Actors Awards, Sinners won Top Film Award. Michael B. Jordan won for Best Actor. And then we also have Jessie Buckley, who won for Best Actress for Hamnet. Sean Penn for Best Supporting Actor for One Battle After Another, which I absolutely agree with. He was a nutcase in that film. Amy Madigan for Best Supporting Actress for Weapons, Studio for Best Comedy Series. Seth Rogen gave such a touching speech when Catherine O'Hara was named Best Actress in a Comedy Series. I watched it the next day while I was eating lunch, and I did have a little moment. We've talked about on this podcast the love for Catherine O'Hara, but I think, just the reminder of her contributions in entertainment, and then seeing Jenna Ortega get emotional made me emotional.
They were up against each other in that role. No,
yes,
they did them.
No, they were. They were. Yes. And the fact that they worked together in Beetlejuice. So they, absolutely. It touched me. The Pitt won for Best Ensemble in a Drama Series. Noah Wiley, Best Actor. He's been stacking. Kerry Russell, my girl, Best Actress in a Drama Series for The Diplomat. Okay.
Keep her in a government thriller. Okay?
That is my girl. Like, when I tell y'all Kerry Russell has such a special place in my heart, like, she is hands down one of my favorite actresses. Yeah, hands down. Yes. But I also think she is actually phenomenal as an actress. Like, it's Michelle Williams won for Dying for Sex. Owen Cooper won for Adolescence. And then you had Mission Impossible, The Reckoning, and Last of Us earning some additional film and TV category awards, respectively. So Kristen Bell was the host, went off without a hitch. And this is officially, truly the run-up now to the Oscars. So get your predictions ready. Get your ballots ready. Because Oscars are in less than 2 weeks, a week and a half at this point. And that will wrap up our award season.
And we're having a party. We're having
a party. So let's chat about the red carpet. Any favorite looks?
Yes. Okay. Chase Infinity, phenomenal in Louis Vuitton. Who else? Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor forever and ever. Like, she's so, it's the body, and to your point earlier, she just knows how to dress her body. She has such a sense of style. Her makeup is just gorgeous. Love. Michael B. Jordan. Wumi, she's also in Louis Vuitton. Quinta looked amazing in this half black, half white ensemble. And then Gwyneth Paltrow in Givenchy. I was like, okay, sis, with the boobies out. And then there was one more person that I wanted to highlight. My new fave, Connor Story. Shout out to him. He's in Saint Laurent, fresh off of his SNL debut. I feel like, honestly, SNL was like, what is it that actors do? It's not a portfolio or something like that, but it literally was like he did some Regency stuff. He played like a psycho kind of character.
It's called Range. It's called Range.
Seriously, he had the range. He has the range, and I'm bringing him up too because He's now ambassador for Saint Laurent and Tiffany's, and he wore a $500,000 diamond choker.
It looked good. I need to borrow that. That looked.
I know. So
skin was popping. He looked great.
Yes,
I also just want to give a shout out. Yeah, I also just want to give a shout out to Damson Idris. The Root has him as one of the worst dressed, but I actually liked this like two-tone pinstripe look. I actually think it's quite classic. Like, it kind of gives you a bit of like a British aesthetic in my mind.
It does. So, I agree. I was thinking that too. It's very British. In Prada. Yep.
Y'all are wrong. Anyway, let's move on to hot topics and really get into this discussion around Michael B. Jordan and the shift in his odds to win Best Actor. Timothée Chalamet had really been the stronghold that everybody was favoring, but after the Actor Awards, the tides have turned. They are now in a heated battle, according to Newsweek. Timothée was originally at like 79%. His odds have dropped to 46. Michael B. Jordan was originally at 6.9%. His odds have gone up to 35.1. Additionally, Wagner Moura is at 6.7% and Leo DiCaprio is at 6%. Listen here. Looky here. If y'all don't give my boy Michael B. Jordan these awards, I will not find these awards, continually find them legitimate, because there's nobody who can tell me that Michael B. Jordan did not have the star Best Actor turn of the year. I get offended. I even had to post under Higher Learning yesterday in Van's discussion about it. I think people have felt that Timothée has been annoying during this award season. I personally use the word insufferable, because I think that he really got like full of himself personally and thought it was charming. It's not charming. And it's even not. Still,
but I think a little bit of Marty got to him.
Sure.
You know, he wasn't able to shake it off.
Sure. But even still, baby, even if he had brought some charm from Wonka, whatever, Michael B. Jordan had the best performance of this season, and y'all better give my guy that Oscar.
They say, Ashley, when it comes to the Oscars,
I don't want to hear it.
Body of work.
Nope, I don't want to hear it.
Work. It's about waiting your turn.
Well, then Timothée still has to wait his turn, because it don't feel like it's his turn just yet.
I know. I recently saw this video on social media, and the young lady was doing an analysis on whether or not there's been an actor that's been able to sweep all of the awards. And it's very rare. And the time that someone almost did it was Russell Crowe for Beautiful Mind, but he lost to Denzel Washington for Training Day.
Yay.
And what was funny about that was Denzel wasn't even nominated for the BAFTA for that award. And so we all know that Denzel won Training Day because of two things. Like, he didn't get it for freaking Malcolm X, and because he had to wait his turn because Al Pacino needed to wait his turn, and get it for freaking Scent of a Woman. Mm-hmm. And then, and so, yeah, it's the ripple effects of what they are doing, you know, not giving it to the people when they actually deserve it. That's causing all this mayhem.
If there was a legend in this category who had not won yet, there would be a deeper discussion for me. Leo has his Oscar. His Oscar.
Correct.
So y'all better give this Oscar to Michael B. Jordan.
It's not even give. He's earned it. He's earned.
When I say give, I mean hand the statue over, not give as if it's a donation. Absolutely. So he has the performance of the year, of the decade, of his lifetime right now. I'm just curious to see what he's going to do next, obviously, because, you know, this is such a career high for me in terms of his acting abilities. Obviously, I'm sure there will be more down the line that he'll do with Ryan, and it'll be phenomenal as well. But this was such a stellar standout performance in Sinners. And so to not give this man the Oscar for this, I will be very, very upset. So if y'all see a picture of me at this Oscar party looking disgruntled, y'all know what happened. You know the moment.
I wonder if people are going to care as much as we do.
I mean, there's a lot going on in the world, so I don't blame y'all if y'all don't. But at the end of the day, again, my mind is made up. I tried to watch Marty Supreme. I couldn't make it through. So at the end of the day, my mind is made up. No shade.
Kylia said she liked it. She was yes.
That's fine, but no, it's not for me. Not only is it not for me, there was nothing that topped what was done in Sinners, even from the 20, 30 minutes that I sat through. So give my man his award and let's call it a day. That's all I got. Let's move on to my favorite conspiracy on the internet right now. Jim Carrey has stepped out after being MIA, semi-retired for a while, to accept an award at the French Caesar Film Awards. The drastic change in his appearance, his face in particular, has people calling him a clone, a puppet of the Illuminati.
Girl, insanity. But
an impersonator.
Ashley, it was very concerning though. I'm not gonna lie, because I was just like, I usually look at people side eyes when they start talking about cloning, because if you we talked about this also. Orlando Brown just did he not just did, but everybody's bringing up a video that he did saying that, you know, they can switch out subconscious now and people can inhabit the bodies of other people, and that got people talking about Selena Gomez ain't really there.
Oh my God.
Girl, did you hear about this? Is a horrible conspiracy theory, but they were saying, like, you know, a lot of these kid actors, their parents set them up, and Selena and Justin really loved each other and had to sacrifice their baby. Like,
oh my God.
So bad.
Yeah, this is a dark side of the internet celebrity.
I don't know how it
gossip.
Found me, but I was like, there are people who really believe this, because, and they're telling us through shows like The Substance and the new Ryan Murphy show with Ashton Kutcher. I think it's funny, both Demi and Ashton are doing projects that like play into, you know, Hollywood and beauty standards.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they're saying that Miley and her mom shift bodies and consciousnesses and stuff like that.
Wow.
Actually, and so we all know that Jim Carrey has been very vocal about uncovering.
Yes. And this is the thing that makes me believe that this conspiracy theory actually could be true, because he did that whole interview where he was doing the Illuminati sign and talking about it. And
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, he's been very vocal in the past about his feelings about the power structure. And then I haven't seen the clip, but he allegedly said at some point that if he ever came out of retirement, y'all know it's not him. Listen.
Yes.
I do not go down conspiracy rabbit holes usually and really find them possibly true.
Legit.
But this is one. This is one, y'all, that I'm not convinced it's not true. Let me put it that way. Like, that man that showed up at them awards, I don't know.
Actually, when you saw his interview, because first of all, the face looked fake with the nose and everything like that.
Yes.
And I'm like, Jim Carrey, he would not put that much work into his face, because his face is everything.
And
his
then
face is a multi-million-dollar face.
The uneven foundation and makeup that went along with it. Like, he had a spot on his forehead, a spot on his nose. It was very odd.
It's the eye color too. The fact that the eye color was so different was so unnerving. I'm like, I refuse to believe that Jim Carrey has been cloned. But I will say this, Ashley, in the interview, the person was like, oh my goodness, I can barely talk. And, I'm dead. And then he made like this weird face to the camera, or they were like, what's the funniest face you make? He's like, this one. And then he like looked into the camera, like breaking like the fourth wall. Like it was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Jim, wherever you are, I
need for him to come
safe,
out.
baby. Stay safe,
And
baby. I don't know what's happening.
And then I was also thinking, like, he also does those crazy paintings. Well, it's not crazy paintings, but he has a painting outlet where he'll like talk about his feelings about the government and everything. But you know why? So the reason why I'm not only side-eyeing, but then being like, really? These Epstein files really got a lot of conspiracy theorists running their victory laps around and around and around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, because of that and all the revelations, again, in those files, everybody's claiming that obviously the assault on children and young women and young boys, but the eating of them as well. I'm afraid that the work, social media has been just inundated with even more craziness. And like, using celebrities as another class to look to and say, hey, they do ABC, XYZ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to differentiate sometimes these days between what's real and what's false too, because you get fed so much that just feeds into your own perceptions and those biases, and the algorithm really pushes that down your throat. So there is still a lot of misinformation. You kind of have to use still your discernment about a lot of the stuff that's out there. But like I said, with this story in particular and looking at what I've seen, Jim, wherever you are, stay safe, baby, because I don't know what's happened.
Well, did you see that it was an artist that came out?
Yeah, it was an impersonator who said that it was him. I don't believe that, just because of some of the other impersonations I've seen. He's not that spot on. Like, this still looks too much like Jim to me to be that type of impersonation. But I mean, there is something to be said for like whatever else could possibly be done. We watch a lot of supernatural things. There's a lot of weird energy in the world right now. I don't know. I don't know what these rich, weird people have up their sleeve. I don't know. But Jim Carrey, you're a national treasure, and I hope you're safe wherever you may be.
We need to become wealthy so we can even out the balance, right?
I don't know. I would be afraid to have to walk in any of these super affluent circles at this point. Like, part of the joy of life is not necessarily needing things, but wanting things. And I think a lot of these folks, once they reach a certain level of affluence, they have everything they could ever want or need, and they lose their fucking minds. Like, I've always thought that and seen that and felt that. Like, that's why they get bored and just start wilding, because what do you do when nothing in the world can satisfy you anymore? You start doing weird shit. Like, I remember years ago hearing a story of a lady who got hired just to go to a hotel room of some billionaire dude and shove meat up his ass. And I'm like, only somebody who's rich and bored would hire a stranger to come and shove raw meat up their asshole.
She didn't have an NDA. I mean, girl, I guess she didn't give any names.
She didn't know who the person was. I don't think, like, however the setup was, I don't think she knew who the person was. She just knew based off of, the price point and how everything went, how everything was set up, that, he was a very, very wealthy person. But at the end of the day, like, that stuff doesn't even surprise me anymore. Y'all just bored. Y'all don't have anything else you want to do that you need to do. So what else can life offer? You just get into some weird shit. And I don't want to get into no weird shit. So, keep me safe, Jesus, in these streets. And again, protect Jim Carrey wherever he may be. That's it. That's all. Delora, what are we recapping for the people for next week?
All right. It is Women's History Month, and I wanted to pick a film that, woman centric. So I think we did it. We are going to recap The Bluff, starring Priyanka Chopra Jonas. She's out here kicking some ass and taking some names,
She sure was. That was some viciousness going on in this film.
Yup.
It is.
Bloody Mary.
I think it is for sure in the top 5 on Prime at the moment.
It is. Yes, available on Prime. Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, guys, come back to us for that recap. Make sure you check it out. Or if you just want to listen in, we're always happy to guide you with the recap itself. So whatever you fancy, please share this episode out with everybody you know. We so appreciate it. We'll be back. But in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.